Class student, we had discussed about the liquid pressure, in how the liquid pressure acts in three different surfaces. One is of cylindrical column, another one is of bottle where the walls are acting that force, and last we had learned that how the liquid exerts pressure and at the bottom of the container. Understand? In today's class we are going to discuss about the atmosphere and atmospheric pressure. Like liquid, the atmosphere also exerts pressure. First of all, we should know what is atmosphere. Atmosphere means that layer of air surrounding the earth, or also called as the blanket of air that surrounds the earth, are called as atmosphere. Understand, this pressure exerted by the atmosphere is called as atmospheric pressure. Understand, students? And now this pressure, that means this pressure exerted by the atmosphere lies in certain kilometers only. Beyond that, after certain kilometers, around 800 kilometers after, beyond that, there is no atmosphere is there, so gravity won't, zero gravity will be there, gravity is also not there. Understand, students? So here you can see that that's why the mountain Everest, the climbers who are climbing in the mountain, they are taking the oxygen cylinder with them. What happens higher when it goes, there the oxygen supply will be less and they need the oxygen, so they are keeping the oxygen cylinders with them. Understand, students? And now we are going to, already I said what is atmosphere. Atmosphere is the layer of air or blanket of air around the earth. Understand, students? And then atmospheric pressure exerted by the atmosphere is called as atmospheric pressure. And one more thing, students, for example, inside our blood also exerts pressure. That pressure and the atmospheric pressure maintains our skin balanced. That's why when we are going in space, that when astronauts going to the space, they are having a space mask, a space wear. Why? Because this atmospheric pressure is less in the higher altitude and there is no atmosphere, there is zero gravity, and inside our blood pressure starts increasing. That's why the dress of the astronauts are totally different from the dress, apron, whatever they are wearing, spacesuit is totally different from the others. Even a single pore is not there on the spacesuit. It is that much that much absorbed, and then they are wearing, and then they are going to the space. Understand, students? And here one rubber example is given in this image. You can see that when you are putting the rubber sucker on the surface, that cannot be removed easily. Why? What happens? There the atmospheric pressure acts. For example, here I am using my toothbrush of my daughter, so it is having the rubber sucker. And here you can see the rubber sucker. When I am putting here, what happens? It stands because their atmosphere is there. Understand? This atmosphere is acting a pressure, and I have to pull this. Here you can see that here the atmosphere is acting pressure, but in case of these things it won't act. Why? Because there the atmosphere is here, means jahan pe atmosphere force is high, there they will stick the object. For example, rubber things you can see that the window protectors, there also you can see that rubber sucker is kept. Why? Because here the air will be removed. When you are sticking something here, this inside the air will be removed, outside the atmospheric pressure starts acting. Understand, students? एक vacuum का column हो जाता है when you are sticking a rubber sticker, and outside the pressure acts, atmospheric pressure acts more. Understand, students? Here one more example it is given, that you can see that one boy is having the cylinder on his head, which is of 15 centimeter into 15 centimeter. How much force is acting over the head? So what happened? To measure the force, you have to multiply 15 into 15 to 25. Nm, that means Newton per meter square. Understand, students? These are the things about the atmospheric pressure, and this was first discovered by Otto von Guericke, a German scientist. He discovered the how to produce air from a vehicle. How to produce air from a vehicle he had discovered. Okay, students, now let's move on to the textual questions in the next part. Okay.